just as a starter for 10, I mean, tell me, how does it look from America? Does America care? Is anyone thinking about what's happening over here?
Yeah, no is the answer to your question, Ollie. About 15 years ago when I lived in the UK and I worked at the New Statesman, I remember having a coffee with a friend of mine who'd moved to the US to work on foreign policy issues. And he said, when you live in the US, you realize no one cares about the UK. I know it sounds very kind of grand, but it's just a very small backwater and no one really cares. And I thought that was a very arrogant thing to say. And I kind of was very dismissive of him. And now here I am saying the same thing to you. No one cares. You would struggle to walk very far that way towards Washington, D.C., Capitol Hill, and flag down a passing member of Congress, and they would not be able to tell you Andy Burnham's name. Many of them would struggle to tell you Keir Starmer's name. These are members of Congress. I'm not talking about vox pops or people on the street. I'm talking about the people in power. I know in the UK there's this obsession with the United States, but it's not returned. I just want to be very clear about that. I've lived here for 12 years now. People love Brits. They love the accent. They love the royal family. They love all of that. But British politics? No. I mean, the United States has a special relationship with Israel. That is what most members of Congress regard as the special relationship. That is who most, people, especially on the right, would say, oh, the 51st state. That is Israel, not the United Kingdom. Of course, we can talk about intelligence sharing and defense sharing and all sorts of military ties going back years and NATO. But I'm just telling you the reality of politics and media in this country. I'm looking at the US media and I've seen little to no coverage of Andy Burnham in the mainstream media here.